Hi everyone, and welcome to Tarot for You 444. It's absolutely lovely to have you back again. Today I'm doing a Divine Masculine reading, and for those guided to this reading, I'm hoping I can get a message out to you from the Divine Masculine about what he's thinking, feeling, and doing. So, without further ado, we'll get straight into it and see what's going on with Divine Masculine. Okay, so the first thing I was picking up today from Spirit is that a lot of the people watching my channel, obviously it's quite new so far, but in the future, a lot of people who are guided to this channel will be as Blu-ray twin flames. So that's coming through quite strongly. Not necessarily everyone, but you might find it interesting to have a little look and research about Blu-ray twin flames, because it's something you might resonate with. Okay, so far what I'm getting for Divine Masculine is that he's feeling a little bit left out at the moment. It could perhaps be because I think that a lot of the Divine Feminines at the moment are concentrating on their own wealth and on their own even health at the moment, and so when he comes through with a message, like it might be a text message or even a phone call, or even coming through in the 5G, the Divine Feminine's actually quite busy, and so he's kind of feeling that energy being a little bit not as there as it usually might be. So what is he thinking? At the moment, he has gained some strength in the recent past, and he's thinking quite sexually, about the divine. That's a confirmation, by the way, if you heard the dog barking. I was going to just say that he's actually feeling passionate about her. And so for some Divine Masculines, that might mean they're feeling passionate, sexy passionate. And for others, it might mean, passionate just to get a message through. Because I'm also getting in the recent past that the Divine Masculine had a Tower moment. And so a Tower moment can kind of be, an enlightening moment where he's learned something new, or, something pivotal's happened in his life that could have been quite toxic. So I'm kind of feeling that, it's been hard for the Divine Masculine to let go of something toxic, and he's been holding on to, in his mind especially, he's been holding on to something that's hurt him, and he sort of doesn't know what to do or what to say to make things right again within the twin flame dynamic I'm getting. So that may or may not pertain to your situation, but I'm just feeling right now that, if you are a Divine Masculine listening, or if your Divine Masculine is acting this way, he needs to do some work on his solar plexus and perhaps his root chakra. Root chakra is where, the fear base can come from, if he has any fear. And so, being grounded can be a really important technique there. And also the solar plexus is where someone, gets their self-esteem and strength. So if Divine Masculine's coming across to you and you're too busy for him, try to give him some of your time, because I do feel that some of them are having self-esteem issues, and some of them also can sway towards addiction at times. So that's a really important message coming through right now. I'm also getting here too that some of the Divine Masculines are in a third-party situation. So that could be to do with work. It could be that they have another partner, or that the divine feminine has a partner and they can't be together and have their happy life because there's a third party situation in the way. So that could be involving getting that it's something tangible in the physical realm. So, as in, something like money or a person or a location. So, he might not be able to see you necessarily because you live at a distance from one another, or he might have a partner, or you might have a partner. The other thing I'm also getting is that, there might be work, as in employment issues, pushing him from being able to see you as well. Okay, so divine masculine thinking. What is he thinking? Well, at the moment, he's coming across as bored. So it's the end of the cycle happened, and there's something he's not seeing. Okay, so he seems to have had a little bit of a transformation occur within himself. I'm sort of picturing, like the phoenix rising. So he's kind of coming out of the ashes of something that has happened, either on a spiritual or a physical level. And, he's now realizing, well, it's not realizing because this is how he's feeling. He's actually feeling the connection between you both. So, let me see what else is coming through. Yes, so now this cycle is, he's feeling like he wants to birth something new in this cycle. He's feeling, a little bit more in his own feminine energy, where he thinks that, in the past he thought, oh, maybe I could come through and talk about some things with divine feminine and not be so shy or lack that self-esteem that some of them do so often have. But then he goes back into his mind, instead of feeling it in his heart space, he goes back into his mind and goes, oh no, that's too hard. I couldn't possibly say what I want to say, even though I really, really, really feel that I need to say my truth. So, there is a whole lot of truth that he wants to speak. And he's actually feeling, he's feeling it, but then his mind comes in and sort of ruins it. So if you can imagine, in a 5D connection, you feel one another, you can feel their presence, you can feel their heart space. Well, divine masculine starts feeling that and feeling wonderful, and then his brain kicks in and goes, uh-oh, this is all too much. And so the communication doesn't end up occurring. And so that's when divine masculine can sort of go away and do his own thing. And those issues that he needs to deal with will come up and to purge. So if he sort of goes missing, if he comes back to you and is talking to you, and then all of a sudden he goes missing again, it's because the emotion is just so deep that he finds it difficult, to be in that sort of intensity. Okay, so now what is he doing about it all? Let me just, before we go into what he's doing, let me just tell you that the message for divine masculine from spirit that wants to come through is that they need to yes, be assertive. That's one thing they're doing really well, but they also really need to ground themselves and concentrate not only on that root chakra so that they feel like they're not coming undone with all the emotion that they have building, but they need to also look after their body, be more healthful and drink water and have healthful foods. And another funny message that's coming through is to put gas in the car. So that obviously that's just a reminder, maybe perhaps for, it might just be for one divine masculine, or it might be for more. But yeah, put gas in the car. Okay, there's a little tidbit for you just to add in. That's quite funny. Okay, so all right, so let's get to their action space now. And um, yeah, they're kind of like in the past, they've been working either on themselves or on their career. And so, they weren't really seeing what was being offered from the divine feminine as much as they could have been. So they were willing to move forward with love, sort of, in their emotional space. Um, and they are, they still are, except again, what's going on is that the feeling that they're having is that they're feeling wounded. So they're feeling like, something, maybe, it's inner child stuff where they, need to purge certain things, which also, if it's coming up for divine masculine, then it's also coming for divine feminine. So, spirit's saying for the divine masculine to come into that energy of being a little bit childlike. And if he does come through with communication, have some fun with him. Like, for goodness sake, don't make it all about like, oh, I'm in love with you, or, I mean, because that's how, a divine feminine can get sometimes when divine feminine is in her pure feminine energy. She can, there's that longing and that wanting to be emotional. And so anyway, getting back to the action of the divine masculine, he's feeling like finally he can break free from, it's either boredom or depression. I mean, that can be borderline sometimes. Depression and boredom can go hand in hand. He's kind of thinking, that he wants to action, his love for the divine feminine, because he already knows, really deep down, whether he said this or not, that he is in love with divine feminine. But he also feels quite instinctively that he needs to get himself together, in the physical realm, where, he feels like, well, maybe I don't have enough money. Maybe I'm not, maybe I need to go to the gym. Maybe I need to, add to myself to make myself better, so that when I come through and offer divine feminine what I want to offer, then then she'll kind of think I've got everything. And of course, divine feminine, if you are really highly spiritually awakened, and especially if you're a blue ray twin flame, then you'll know that, the only thing that really matters is, the fact that, love is the only answer. Love is the law. Love is the way. So then we've got some love messages coming through, and the first one, we've actually got, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 messages. So the first message is, we are in each other's life for a reason, and I thank you for showing up. So that's really beautiful. That kind of speaks for itself. Okay, so the next one is, I know I messed up and did things that made it seem like I don't care, but trust me, you are my world. Then we get, I feel like I'm waiting for something that isn't going to happen. The next one is, I won't give up on you, so please don't give up on me, please. And then we've really got the passionate stuff coming through, and I can feel divine masculines, the collective that I'm channeling for, saying, I wish we could be together right now. And, for some divine feminines, that is a sexual thing, and for others, it's more of a, I want to hold your hand, I want to watch a movie together, I want to be romantic, that kind of thing. And the last beautiful message, which is really lovely, is, I turned out liking you a lot more than I originally planned. So they're really beautiful messages. And then one more just came to me, and this is lovely. Your beautiful face is always on my mind. So he perhaps might be on social media looking at your profile pictures, or he could be thinking of the last time you spent together or when he saw you. And so yeah, he's really, really thinking of divine feminine at the moment. And he's also, he can sort of feel that, I guess, in closing, that the divine feminine has sort of shut herself off a little bit and is focusing on herself and her own mission to some extent, which is great because, as you know, when you focus on yourself, you bring in abundance, and that can be abundance of money, abundance of love, abundance of many different things. So, self-love is key, whether you're a divine feminine or a divine masculine. But then also, if you're getting a message from divine masculine and he's coming in, please also support him, because sometimes they definitely mirror what's going on with us, and other times, they really, really, are struggling, because I think too, like a lot of men aren't necessarily in touch with that emotional side. So when they do come in and they do open their heart and tell you how they're feeling, about a subject, give them that space to explain or to be excited about what they love too. Because at the end of the day, their joy and their, focus on self-love also aids the divine feminine as well. Okay, so the more spiritual work, or even, 3D happy, joyful work that both divine feminine and divine masculine can do, the better for the connection overall. So both, you both win when you're both allowed to go away and do and be and have what you want to have, and then come back together and enjoy that with one another, until union can occur. So that's all I want to say today. And, I'm really, really blessed to have people here with me listening on my channel. So thank you so much. And if you want to reach out to me, my details will be below in the description box. And I do private readings, and I also have an ascension package if you feel guided to do that with me. So thank you again for being here. I'm sending lots of love and light and peace to all, and I hope you have a blessed day no matter where you are. Thank you. Bye.